Welcome to the Salt Circle Podcast. My name is Hank. With me is the man who can even befriend an orbital weapons platform. It's Ben.
I hope I can. And I would, too. I would definitely try. 100%.
That'd be your first instinct on that one.
Like, yeah. Why not?
Gotta be buddies.
Well, there are two options. You can die without befriending the orbital weapons platform, or you can attempt to befriend it before it kills you.
Sure.
We finished Kamen Rider Fourze.
We did. We also watched Kamen Rider Fourze in the movie.
I'm so glad you reminded me to do that before we started. Because if we started, I would just be like, "Meh, fuck it, let's roll." But that film it filled a couple of the holes that the show left. So that was really nice. Mm-hmm. Not that there were huge complaints, but.
No. But I will say, like, the plot at the end of the show is not very good. The show is good enough that it, like, doesn't self-immolate on the bad plot, but the core child thing is very dumb. And everything with the presenters is very dumb. In generic sci-fi ways.
Yeah, I was not a fan of the ending.
No, it was dumb in the way I was afraid it would be, based on like the like some of the stuff around going out to the future and space kind of stuff, just because like the generic sci-fi things of like going of it was 2001 but more generic.
Sure.
But the thing was, Kitsuragi Gintaro is such a good main character that I was pretty sure the show would survive that, and I was not wrong.
That was literally like. So, I guess it
still comes down to him making friends with the enemy.
100%. Like on a more specific level, I'm 100% with you. Like the core switch, I was so hyped for the core switch because I'm like, oh, it's gonna be the switch. We're gonna get a fucking transformation, and then it was just dumb. Like, it was just lame, and we didn't even get that good of a like. It was such a dumb concept. I am the core switch.
There was so much. It's like such a long exposition dump to start that one episode.
Yeah.
And that's balanced out by at the end when Kengo's just fine. It's like, that was dumb.
Yeah.
I'm just human again. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. But I guess on a more general scale, I didn't see it coming because as I turn off my brain and then I'm like, whoa, this expected thing is completely unexpected. But on a more general scale, this does kind of, it falls a tiny bit victim to a thing that I feel like a lot of shows that are shorter fell to, in that early on we had a good mix of like, oh, this shit's happening at the high school and it's a high school problem. They're stopping prom. Like, you have all this shit. And kind of because of that, not that the characters were hanging out more. Maybe there was a little bit more hanging out, but because it's revolving around high school, it feels more hangouty, They're still doing their school shit and all that stuff. And at a certain point, that kind of stops. Like, it just becomes like, there's an enemy. We got to fight the enemy. And it gets out of the school vibe to me. Not a ton. It's not super bad or anything, but just kind of in a noticeable way. And the shows I'm thinking of when I compare that are Gravity Falls and The Owl House, which both have like, we're going to do like an adventure of the week sort of thing. And then after a while, they're like, we got plot that we also have to like get through, I guess. So we'll just do that for the rest of the show, which is fine, but it just goes a bit longer than I'd like.
Fair.
Yeah. Not a huge turnoff, but
yeah. The important thing is that Kamen Rider Fourze died and was resurrected for your sins.
Yeah. Yeah, he
I kind of think that's the best episodes. Is when Gentaro gets fucking killed by Ryusei and then comes back to life. That was where we were gonna end. That was where I was gonna end the second part.
okay. Okay, yeah.
Is that one?
Sure.
Because that was just where we're like, okay, this show could survive anything. If you can literally kill Kitsuragi and it's still positive and like about being friends,
So
yeah. As Jake put it, if the guy who murdered him is okay with it, the guy who murdered is okay with it, how can we be bad?
I mean, that's like the thing though. And that sequence, and there was a couple episodes after that get into like similar we had gotten it before about like tell me how you feel and then we'll be buds. Like whatever you give me that's real. That's what I'm about. And that like takes it to the extreme, and then we get it in some other like more serious ways or whatever. And like that's what kind of catapulted Gentaro into like Goku territory for me. Like he's just a fucking treasure of a protagonist. Like
he also
fucking incredible.
uses the spirit bomb to do fusion at the end of the movie.
Oh my god, dude, the movie is so good. I have a confession to make. I did kind of like skip through them giving a switch to literally every person in the show and then doing the entire switch countdown, because at that point
it's so good.
It's great, but there's 50 switches. It was, like,
yeah, you got to do it for every freaking one because
like,
this is about being tactile.
They got me. I was like, okay, we got like the main, like they get a switch and all that shit, and then they give it like literally all of them.
It
was.
We're not cutting out any of
It
this.
was slightly too much.
We got an hour to fill, baby.
They could have gotten up at the front of the school and hucked all the switches off the roof, and done it at once.
No, it's important to see all the characters that
gotten more fighting.
we'd met along the way. All the friends Gentaro made. You know?
That is true. It is weird seeing the chairman in there after the end of the series.
I mean, that's perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Because he's still the fucking bad guy when that happens.
Yeah.
But, he doesn't want the world to be destroyed yet.
He
has his own plans.
Yeah,
That's like giving us one of the switches to Doctor Doom or whatever.
Yeah. I guess that was the other thing, and this is kind of me. I'll say unfairly comparing the show to like Dragon Ball, where you have infinitely more fucking time, but it did feel a little bad that we kept getting instances of we're buds now dies. Like that happened a couple times, and it wasn't cool. I don't know.
They didn't. Oh,
it happened a few times, and then, I can't think of his name. The principal, hot principal. His whole thing was, I got whiplash. My neck hurts. He's good. We got the fist bump. I didn't think they were going to desecrate the fist bump. Up till that point, I forget who was it. Was it I forget the professor's name. Virgo Zodiarts. When he does the fist bump, and it was real, but then he fucking dies, and I'm like, they're not gonna. The fist bump is like sacred. Like okay. So when the principal does it, I'm like all in. I'm like, oh my god, like they befriended him too. This is incredible. Gentaro. But then he was fake the whole time. Lame. But I
don't remember them fist bumping.
The principal?
Yeah.
Oh, they fist bumped, dude.
When? Well, what point?
Look, that's asking a lot of detail from me for something I watched more than a few days ago. They definitely fist bump because I was huffed about it. I don't get huffed about things that don't happen, except for the odd time when I remember things that don't happen. I swear they fist bump.
I thought they didn't.
I feel like they did. Well, fine. I'm gonna fucking Kamen Rider. We'll see if the plot summary has it for me. Don't do me dirty, Kamen Rider Wiki. It definitely they have to have. Oh, is there not like an individual like episode? Oh, there we go. Episodes.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah. Where the hell did Principal or Pathos? I guess 40. No, this is
Libra. Even though he definitely wouldn't do it in that form.
No, it's not that one. Ooh, maybe 45. Scales Estrangement.
No, it wouldn't happen in 45. It would have to be
Before?
well. Oh no, but I guess by 46 they have all the switches, so it had to be earlier than that. Yeah.
Until we realize the pain, study, followed them, stuff, Meteor, Libra switch. It doesn't say it on here. What was this? 40, 45? Fine. I'm starting it up. I am restoring it. I'm restoring it from my recycling bin. I don't delete. Calm down. I didn't delete it because I don't like it. I don't have space. All right.
Well, then you should have emptied your recycling bin because that doesn't create space yet.
I know, but like I delete stuff. It also helps me keep track of where I am in things. But mostly it's because eventually I will need the space. Wait, from now on today, is this?
Nope.
Oh.
I don't know when he would have done it.
At 12 minutes, he almost does it.
Yeah, they almost do it.
Hang on. That's only halfway through the episode.
Okay. Which one are you looking at? 40,
45.
45?
Because they're at the house and the people are there, and then Leo's there.
I think you're crazy.
It wouldn't be the first time.
I think it's that they almost do it, and then they never have a chance to finish.
Well, end of 45. Okay, fine. I'm restoring 46.
I've just been looking through 46.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Fine, whatever they did. Fucking fist bump. I thought they fist bumped.
Like, they let him into the rabbit hatch, but
Yeah. Because that's how
there are only like 2 scenes where it could have happened in 46, even because it's them in the rabbit hatch. Doesn't happen there, and then they go to retrieve the switches, and he blows up.
Yeah.
And they don't fist bump there.
Oh, whatever. Fine. I misremembered something. Whatever. You misremember one thing from one show, and a multitude of other things from other media.
Like, again, they were about to. It was the about to, but they didn't consummate the fist bump.
So before we went on this little hunt.
Gammo, he definitely.
Yeah.
No, Gammo also he doesn't. No, Gammo he doesn't beforehand either. He almost fist bumps with Gammo also. It's always an almost. There's always like if there's a secret.
Well, he does
they always
at the end, right?
don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the end. Yeah.
Well, it's still relevant. My feelings and the logic behind them is still relevant despite this hunt once again proving my madness. Because as I was going to say, part of it is also because not that it's like a betrayal and they like, oh no, they desecrated the fist bump, which they didn't, but Gentaro was fully ready to do it. And there's also been like early on when we had the stuff with the Ryusei, Like Gentaro was reading him like a book, and he's like, "Nah, we're not. Get out of here. Like, I'm not fist bumping you. Like, you're not ready yet, or whatever." And I don't know. It just seems like a thing. Like he should have been. It felt weird that he couldn't read that better after seeing him read stuff pretty well. I think is what mostly bugged me.
He's always it's the way it always works is like he always reaches out the hand early, and then they turn it away. They refuse the handshake. But if they approach him as like, I want to be buddies, if someone else approaches him, then he doesn't. Then he's not into it.
I suppose. I mean, not that it was like not that the twist itself was bad. It was just that kind of stuff behind it. Because like the principal being like, shit, this dude's gonna kill me like when I'm done. Like he doesn't actually need me. He just needs the switch. Like that whole thing made sense.
Yeah, they were seeding that, but then also it was
maybe I'm just
pretty clear that
seeded it so much, and I'm like,
and then didn't follow through because it was there to trick you, the audience.
Yeah, and I got tricked. I don't like it.
Oh no, I knew he was evil.
Well,
Still.
Look at you, Mr. Fucking pays attention.
I'm not fucking
things.
10 years old.
Well, that's, you know what? Maybe you'd be happier if you if you watched media in that way.
Maybe I would be happier. Although you're the one who seems huffed, so.
That's because while watching it, I'm a child. But then after watching it, I revert back to a salty adult. Like while I'm in the heat of it, I'm like, oh my god, he was fucking bad. What? But he was good. He was helping them. And then after,
they just did the plot where they flipped the switch by forcing someone to do it. So now they have to do the story where they need the person to do it voluntarily.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, but they actually covered their ass in a throwaway line where he's like, the Pisku's switch requires the person to press it of their own will. Like they say that switch specifically. Yeah. So that's that's fun.
It's the trick with that one. Pisces,
right.
That's not how they pronounce it, but
Pisces, PCs, Piskies, thing. That's the Gemini episodes got real dark. That shit was cursed.
Again, what I'm comparing this to is fucking Sailor Moon Crystal.
Well, I don't know what that
and
is.
It like no, not Sailor Moon, the one we watched, the live action, not Crystal.
Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon?
Pretty Guardian.
It's Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon.
Yeah. Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon.
Fake fan.
My brain. Wires got crossed.
That never happens to me.
I'm comparing it to that. And this survived, like, the fact that the show's inclinations to get darker at the end way better.
Well, first off, it didn't get darker halfway through, and also nobody's parent beat them. Like, that was pretty great. And in fact, Gentaru's grandpa is dope.
Yeah.
Man, I forget his fucking line when they show up and they're like, "Sir," it was in the Gemini episodes too, because he's looking for the ticket that Yuki gave him, and they're like tearing apart the house, and his grandpa's asleep, and he's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "We're looking for this thing," and they're tearing apart the house, and his grandpa's like, tearing apart the house is the spark of youth," and he just goes back to sleep. Fucking incredible. Literally the energy I try to embody when it comes to kids. Yeah, do your shit. Fuck yeah.
Yuki's parents, cultural appropriation every night.
It's like, what? They're having fun. It's fine. This guy. Can't even dress up in your own. I would be so. That's just thinking about it exhausted me. Like, Like, if you grow up in it,
It's a lot of work.
if you grow up in it, like, is whatever, right? But seeing that from the outside, I'm tired. There's so much. It does explain a lot about Yuki, though. And it seems very fun.
Uh-huh. It was a good insight.
Yeah.
Like that, to finally meet her parents and like, oh, they're also just weirdos. Okay.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
So the holes that the movie filled, pretty much the transformation thing, like the fact that we get the fusion, because we didn't get like a last big hurrah in the show, you know?
No, he doesn't even use cosmic in the final fight.
Yeah.
He uses his regular move,
So we get a
the drill rocket.
Yeah,
iconic.
which like also good, you know, because that's the first one we see, and that was very exciting. But man, in the movie when he transforms and he's just kicking ass.
Yeah.
And then also even before that, when they have like, you know, they're refighting all the Zodiarts and shit.
Yeah.
Those fights were what I wanted the whole goddamn time, and they like almost never gave them to us because it's like we were trapped in the arc of in the sections of Dragon Ball like before the power up, and they're just constantly getting their asses kicked until they don't. And then in the movie they're doing, he's like activating every fucking switch, he's comboing off, he fucking barrel stuffs that person in fire mode, and then he pulls the trigger. Like, I was like, this is incredible. This was worth, I'm so glad Hank fucking reminded me. It was so good.
Yeah, it is very funny. Like all these powers they're in like one episode of the show, they're back, baby.
Dude. He's using the ink to fucking block the attacks. He's hitting with the net. He fucking man. What comp was it? It wasn't cosmic. Was it cosmic? He activated. I think maybe it was cosmic. He like activated that and fucking Gatling gun at the same time, and he was like shooting the Gatling gun point blank. It was just so fucking good. And then Meteor at the same time is like, I mean, he has less tools, but he's doing his like top thing and everything, and like shit's exploding, like he's beating people. I'm like, this is all I wanted.
We're getting actual car crashes.
Yeah.
Because of movie budget.
That helicopter, that CGI helicopter exploded.
Sure.
On the flip side, the movie also did introduce a thing that I kind of thought about. You know, after a certain point, your mind.
Oh, we get the other dozers.
Which dozers?
Jake and Mew get their own fucking mechs.
Oh yeah.
At the end, we get the Queen Dozer.
Hell yeah. But
also Mew gets to fucking kick ass for that one scene. That was amazing. That was dope. I was so happy.
The movie introduced guns.
It did.
Like,
there were a lot of fucking
guns,
just shooting people.
Which was a thing I had been thinking about, because it's kind of the same. Like, ever since I read the fucking copy pasta story about like Harry Potter and the M1911, it's like Voldemort has 7 Horcruxes. Well, it's a good thing that 1911 carries 7 + 1. Like, that whole thing. Now I think about that sometimes. I'm just like, just randomly, without being huffed about it, I'm like, you could just get a gun. Like, you just fucking shoot him. He's just a dude. He's just a guy. Nobody here has demonstrated the ability to not die to bullets. Except Aquarius, maybe. Like, I think a gun might work.
See, that's why you like Dragon Ball, because they settled that very early.
They settled that I was like, oh shit. He's not going down. And then you get the 600 episode setup to him getting like bruised by a bullet, and Beerus is like, the fuck is wrong with you? The payoff
hasn't been working out.
But I also accepted, like, the like the quirks of the show, right? I'm like, they're not getting guns because they don't got guns or whatever. Like, there's a bunch. Like, look at this shit that's popping.
They're in
off
Japan. They're not
nobody-
actually in America.
I'm pretty sure you can still like somehow get a gun. Between all of the people they know and all of the items they have, you don't think they could acquire a firearm? Come on.
Well, I'm just saying in general, it's
I
easy.
know.
It's easier to
know.
get fake guns that look like real guns in Japan, but it's harder to get real guns.
I know. I'm just saying I think Kamen Rider could have accomplished it. But
Also, he has Gatling. He has Gatling.
That's different. That's a foot gun. That's like clearly.
He's got the fire
power.
gun for flame.
But here's the thing. I accepted that. I accepted that as a reality of like, oh, they're just not using like it's a quirk of the show. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like, it was just a thought that briefly entered my head. But then the movie brought in guns and what's her name is fucking shooting all the minions. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? It was that easy the whole time? Just pump them full of lead? So I'm again not huffed. I was just like, I squared this away in my mind, and then the movie was like, what if they had guns though? You son of a bitch.
What if they had guns? What if it
Son of a
was?
bitch.
What if they made it more edgy?
I mean, look, the movie,
And not by making Kamen Rider Fourze more edgy, by bringing back a different 70s Toku and making that one like the edgy version of that.
oh god, those costumes you showed me were incredible, like the original designs and shit.
Yeah. Well, because Forze's head is like based on what the red one's head.
Yeah,
It's also
That
like
I vaguely recall you mentioning that.
a shuttle.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He does got cone head energy.
Yeah.
I think.
But I mean that one design that's like the fucking like the giant black ball with the big yellow UFO head.
Too
That
good.
thing's just fucking magical.
Incredible. Yeah,
perfect.
that's the shit I live for.
Those Ishinomori character designs. He was fucking going for it. He designed shit for so many different tokusatsu shows.
Yeah, that tracks.
Just sometimes you gotta go for it. It's so funny. Like every time I look up a different Toku show, and he did the designs for all of them.
Hell yeah. Man.
Like if the Black Knight had been like looked like a knight with fucking eyeballs on him and riding an actual horse, it would have been better.
Like a shitty Soul Calibur cosplay. No, that movie.
But
was
also they switched the bad guys they switched the good guys and the bad guys, and then made them like cyborgs instead of androids or whatever.
that shit was weird. Oh, you mean like the design wise or whatever? You mean like between the designs from the old stuff and like this?
Yeah,
Okay.
like the blue and red fighter people, like those were the heroes in the original show.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, they had to trick.
they flipped
you.
it.
They had to trick you.
Yeah.
They tricked me.
Uh-huh.
I fell for it.
Roller skates guy was clearly up to no good. He said
In
friendship
hindsight.
it was bad.
In hindsight,
He
like,
said you can't become friends with
when
an
he-
orbital battle station.
when he literally
Just incorrect.
When he literally rolled.
That was like the easiest
out-
part.
When he literally rolled out from behind the central computer thing, I was like, maybe the roller skate should have been a red flag. Like, but he still got
It
me.
was,
He was at the time.
Sure.
I was like, he's so whimsical. He couldn't be bad.
yeah.
And then
The other faction's out here using guns.
dude, it's not my fault. Okay, fucking leather cat suit wearing hottie steps out of a vehicle, fucking fire blasting. Like, she's literally a baddie.
She's the hero.
Obviously, I'm not gonna question that. Yeah, she was the hero. She's
She
behind
immediately
it.
acquired all 12 core switches. Or
Yeah,
all
what a
12
fucking
apostle
setup. Like, that's
switches.
so,
Just like immediately.
yeah.
So then they can be fucking fodder for a big fight.
Oh, and it was so
Oh,
worth
so
it
sick.
too. That fight was so
We get-
fucking good, dude.
And then they use it to like make Wizard look cool.
Yeah. Wizard did look cool, man.
Uh-huh. But his like the hand switch on his belt buckle, that was sick.
It's like a ring.
Yeah. Mew was into it. At the end of the
Oh,
show.
yeah. You know,
Oh, that ring.
that's one thing that I thought was like, I think that's maybe the only thing that I truly actively disliked about the show, and it's not big, but like at the end when Shun is still like, I don't know, I guess at the end, but it was in Kenga's letter when he is the cosmic child of fucking core switch destiny or whatever, and he eats shit, and in his letter he says like, I forget how it's phrased, but basically he's like, Shun and Mew, like, you're meant for each other. Like,
No, shouldn't you're the only guy good enough for her.
yeah,
That's what he
that's
says.
garbage.
He's like saying I ship it.
That's
Basically.
terrible.
It wasn't good that he didn't have anything better to say to Shun.
That's it. Yeah, it's bad. You're right. It's bad on multiple levels. Like, Shun should have he should have been going past that as a character, but also, I don't want to see that level of shitbaggery get rewarded in any shape or form, or not rewarded, condoned. Hot garbage. She wanted to dance with Gentaru. That's my ship. Fucking Kengo.
Yeah, but then she's in college and he's in high school, so that immediately goes away.
What?
No more of that.
Whatever.
I think that's the right choice.
Sure, I've lived that exact scenario, but whatever. This is reality. That was a TV show.
And then those characters just don't have as much going on the second half of the show, so like there's kind of nothing else for them to fall back to.
Yeah.
I don't love it. I'm just saying I get it.
Yeah.
I understand why it is that way.
Yeah. No, it just felt a little.
I just wanted more Mew kicking ass.
Felt a little.
And the movie
gross,
delivered.
You know.
Not really. And it didn't feel that gross to me.
It feels gross in the way that a lot of rom-coms feel gross when the dude is like. When
Shun didn't destroy her company. It's not you got mail bad.
That's different though. They were in a chat room. That's fine.
Oh, I see. That one
The
hits you in the heart.
They've been talking online every day for like 2 hours.
Oh, I just fucking struck a nerve. Oh, man.
Whatever. What a fucking
Our
There's
movie
so many
about
rom-coms you could have
Barnes Noble destroying the small bookseller.
I mean,
And then marrying her.
yeah. That's a cute movie though. Fuck off.
I'm just saying it's fucked up.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucked up
If you
stuff.
think about it,
you watch
fucked up.
you watch Love Actually and you're like, "Ah, this is such a cute movie. I love it so much." And then you rewatch it and you get to the part where the woman who is already married answers the door and her fucking shitbag bitch boy friend has the signs where he's saying he always loved her and blah blah blah. And I'm like, "You're such a piece of shit. You're such a piece." The only way that scene could have been worse is if she actually fell for him in that moment.
Uh-huh.
Terrible. The things the films are teaching young men. Ugh.
Bad.
So this was Shun was being just a little too annoying about it, like in the sense that like, my guy, read the fucking room.
I don't think that's true.
I feel like he was being kind of
in the second half.
Oh, he did let it
because
go
they
a bit, but
he never brings it up. He's not pushy about it, honestly, and they spend all their time together because that's how the show is structured. That just those characters are together all the time.
Yeah. No, that part makes sense. I'm not saying the relationship doesn't make sense, or even that he was being so bad that he doesn't deserve the relationship. This isn't even a case of me like misremembering. This is just like all that shit blends together after 40 episodes, so I can't remember specific instances.
No, like I don't think that line is bad, but like realistically, I don't have a problem with.
Yeah, realistically, I just wish I would have seen Miu give like slightly more of like a "you may proceed" kind of energy, like prior to that. Because in that moment, she looks at him like she's like making eyes or whatever, but prior to that, like in the
then she also just makes eyes at someone completely different.
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
Look, you gotta. That's the fucking lesson of the show. You gotta love people for who they are.
True.
Someone is lying to your face.
Gotta be honest
about wanting to be friends. That's not a bud. Someone tries to that same person tries to murder you. That's a bud.
Does murder you?
Does murder you
to save their other friend?
That's fucking.
As long as it's to save some other friend.
That's fucking bud energy, dude. Between this show and Shin Ultraman, I'm feeling so validated in my natural inclination to use the word bud. Like it's really been coming up, all bud.
Buddies.
It's good shit.
Yeah. Good.
No
shit.
Gintaro is literally an all-time protagonist. Like that was.
Yeah.
It kind of at a certain point I was like, this could have been maybe like 26 episodes, and something. It's a bit much, but then every fucking time, just when I think I'm out, the fist bump pulls me back in, and it's Gintaro just being friends with people. I'm like, this is fantastic. This is a joy.
Yeah, man.
And then we got to the core switch stuff, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But
that's like
still,
2 episodes or whatever.
I mean, like the theme of the show. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. 2 episodes later. Oh, I don't got to worry about it.
I love that Kenko's just back at the end with no explanation. That's the best capper for that stupid plot. It's like, yeah, we shouldn't have killed him. That was stupid. What are we doing?
I guess I'm human again.
Probably. Gotta be able to bring him back for reunion movies or whatever.
Mm-hmm. No, that shit was great. I can't believe they got for a second there. And this is just me, like, again, being completely in the moment, I'll put nicely, while watching this. So at first, he has the thing with his head, right? And I'm like, shit, he's going to die. I've seen Sailor Venus.
Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon.
I've seen Sailor Venus cough. This dude's dead. He's on a timer. Okay?
Yeah.
And then they just didn't. They never did it. It never, for so many episodes, it never went further, really. And then we got the thing with Aquarius, like, I think it was coincidence, but like she heals his dizziness in the moment, and then we went for like a chunk of time where he didn't have that, and I'm like, did just fucking do a one-off he's cured now thing and we're never gonna reference this again? I'm like, I guess like everything else is like slightly insane in this show, like maybe I don't. And then it comes back and it's like bad. I'm like, okay, he's gonna die. And that wasn't wrong, but it was for different reasons.
It was for different reasons. He got murdered when he was trying to leave to meet the space aliens, to meet the ancient aliens.
I think the NC they pull, they keep pulling me different ways, and I'm being led on a leash, like a good little viewer, and so he like gets his cosmic awakening or whatever, and then he becomes an emotionless husk of a person. And like, this is a really lame development to like have him be this way now after we spent the majority, like probably he was the one who went through the most growth, I would say.
Sure.
Potentially him or Ryusei probably. That kind of sucks. It's kind of lame. And then they fucking make me eat my words, and they like, no, he's actually acting this way because it's the only way he can fucking cope with the idea. I'm like, oh, I'm the asshole. This child was fucking trying to turn himself into a robot to deal with the idea of merging with eternity or whatever. Shit.
Leaving all his friends behind.
Yeah, now that he made friends. So they fucking they kept gotten me, you know?
They kept gotten me. Yeah.
It does make for very dynamic watching. You never know what's going to happen.
Well, except you know Kentaro's going to solve it with the power of friendship.
It did get
every time.
It did get very power of friendshipy.
This extreme, dude. I don't know if anything's been more power of friendship than this show.
Like they really went for it.
They fucking went for it. They know their fucking lane.
What episode was?
They stuck to it.
I want to say it was.
He fist bumps that fucking giant mech at the end of the movie.
I want to say it was episode 38. No, maybe it was between. I think it was 32 is where he died, right? That's what you said is 32?
It would be 31.
Oh, 31. So between 30
would be odd.
Yeah, between 31 and I guess a chunk of those episodes between 31 and 38, it just was in my mind more. Like the friendship stuff for obvious reasons. And at some point I sent you the thing where I'm like, when they actually when you realize it's all about the power of friendship, and it's like, ugh, seriously, this shit, and then you see the power of friendship in action, you're like, they're best friends. They can do it. They can do anything. Fucking gets me.
It's like the Pro CD sketch about not wanting to watch volleyball anime.
Yeah, and then he like balls deep in it.
You watch it crying about it.
Hell yeah, dude. That's been me with so many fucking things. A surprising amount of things.
You know, when shit's good, it's good.
I don't want to watch a stupid tournament power-based bullshit anime. That sounds dumb as hell. 600 episodes later. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Oh my god, they're all babies. It's amazing.
The fucking payoff. They're all babies. I don't look. I understand that anything you read online, like it could just be someone outright lying. It could be someone trolling. It could just be someone new. You never know what you're fucking reading, you know? Mm-hmm. Someone said, I just don't think Goku works as a kid. I was like,
yeah, man.
Maybe he doesn't like OG Dragon Ball.
Yeah, he's probably never. That person has probably never watched OG Dragon Ball.
Maybe he doesn't know it exists. That would be fucking hilarious. It just escaped him. But no,
that could also be true.
That comment fucking sent me though. I just don't think he works as a kid. No, people are getting huffy about that shit. I'm down,
He's
man.
only been a kid when he was actually a kid and in GT.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's all. That has to be part of it, right? Like people who really didn't like GT or something, and now they're like, please not again. Even though this seems like it's not going to be
Well,
that
I mean,
way, 'cause
there's a
everybody's
part of the
fucking kid.
there's a like large part of the fan base that's just like Dragon Ball, and in their idea, it's like the tough, cool guy show.
Yeah, that's what it
Like
is.
that's just what they think about Dragon Ball as, is like the show where people are
even
mean and tough.
even if you only took Z into consideration, that's like such a garbage, smooth brain.
Yeah, it's a
take.
very narrow view of what the show is, but like
watch-
there's definitely a lot of people who feel that way.
I watch Boo Saga and I think to myself, this is a tough guy show.
Well, see, those people don't like the Boo Saga. That's not
I feel like-
real Dragon Ball.
So,
Like,
so real Dragon Ball is like what? The first how many arcs? Like the first four
like
arcs?
the Saiyan arc through the Cell arc.
How many
so
is that? Is
like-
that the first four? Was I right?
That's
4 or 5?
It's 3. It's Saiyans, Frieza,
So,
and Namek, and
so the real Dragon Ball is 3 arcs of the second
Yeah.
show.
yeah,
That sounds
Uh-huh.
right.
yeah.
What fucking
Because those
garbage.
people wouldn't even watch like Goku vs Piccolo, even though they would like that too.
Yeah.
Even though that's actually the Dragon Ball that they haven't watched that they would love, they won't watch it.
That's a shit take.
That's
Also,
a
like also
kind of
it's
fan.
also unlike GT, everybody's a kid. We get Kid Iccolo
It's true. We get Kid Mr. Satan.
if they have any balls at all. Any balls at all. That dub is gonna open up with Piccolo going, well.
Holy shit.
That would be
You're
fucking-
right.
That
You're correct.
he opens his mouth and that's the shit that comes out. They can fix it immediately. They can fix it immediately. I'm not saying they got to keep him like that for however long, but like do an episode or 2. Fucking legendary.
They won't have the animation of him clearing his throat or whatever to do the bit properly.
Oh man, that'd be great. Oh. Anyway. Shit's good. Fun stuff is fun. And like Dragon Ball, Kamen Rider Fourze is good. It's fun.
Yeah. It's just fun, dude.
Dude, Gentaro, like, it's just Gentaro. Like, it's
No, it's totally.
someone like an and what a good thing. It's not that he has like an unshakable sense of fucking justice or whatever necessarily. Like, the fact that he has an unshakable sense of friendship is so good.
Yeah. It's the power of friendship. It's fucking good. When you do it correctly, turns out
Yeah.
inherently good.
Oh yeah.
It's just like the execution on the show was pretty fucking sick.
Yeah. No, it's like I said, even the stuff that like where we got, it's winding into, we got to focus on plot stuff, and that was a fair chunk of episodes, to be fair, but it never felt like bad, and like except for some of that shit, but it was always a good time. There was always good. I don't think there was a single episode where the entire episode I was like, ugh. Like there was some stuff, but there was never the whole episode, because there'd be a good fight, or if there wasn't a good fight, there would be good other shit. Like there was always something for me to like bring every episode at some point won me over.
It never lost sight of being fun.
Yes, that too.
Which is what I would say Pretty Guardian and Sailor Moon, like it lost sight of being fun.
They hit us with the fucking double fist ice cream, and then they really fucking plummeted off a cliff with fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the show is still being silly all the way through the end sometimes.
Yeah. No, it never.
And Guitar is just like, I don't know. He's like pure. he's just so powerful.
Yeah.
His belief in friendship, like, is literally is just powerful.
Absolutely. Dude, it's the same exact vibes.
They defeat the evil chairman with a fucking graduation ceremony.
Oh my god.
Talking
yeah,
about their end of their high school days.
Yeah.
That's how they beat him.
I literally get like the same vibes. Like, it would have been so easy for them to do a thing where like Gentaru questions friendship or something, right? I feel like if you have this kind of protagonist and this sort of thing, it's so fucking easy to end up doing that or having like a 2-episode cycle where he's like not about it. But instead it's the exact same vibes as Goku rolling in to when all of his fake friends are like, no, you should just stay here. Like, don't do it. And he's like, this is fucking lame. I'm out. Like, just absolutely unshakable.
And the thing he gets shaken in that's like he's upset about briefly is like the idea that their school days were just them being manipulated, because they were.
Yeah. Dude, and that's fair. He's
like but because also this is a superhero high school show where high school was inherently evil, but you had good times.
Yeah.
Which is also like, that's pretty great.
Man.
At like a meta level. Just like, yeah, high school, it's fucking evil. But you know, there were good times. You made friends.
I'll take
That's
your
what's
word
important.
for it. My high school was all fun times.
I mean, I played a lot of Magic. That was okay.
Yeah.
Other than that, though.
Yeah, see, I was on that small school life.
Yeah,
But
my school is not very big.
It's also a bit of luck. Like, I'm not blind to that. Like, it was just my grade, and the grades above and below me happen to kind of coalesce and coexist nicely. So, like, everybody was just like pretty chill with a few exceptions. Then it was fine.
Whereas I had a math teacher that made me and my mom cry and then asked us if we believed in God.
Jesus. Damn, you went to a rural school too, huh?
Technically public school.
I mean, allegedly my math teacher would, like, if kids were fucking acting back in the day, because he'd been at the school like forever. Like, we literally found, he was also a basketball coach at one point, and we literally found my dad's like junior high basketball records in his room once. In a fucking box. I guess back in the day he used to like preach a little bit if kids were acting up. Like, he'd fucking sermon their asses. That had stopped by the time I was in high school, so he was like fine. He wasn't a good teacher, but he was a decent human, I think. By the time I was there. But you would have been the right age to get that, yeah.
Yeah. Whatever.
Anyway. Fucking
like, I was partially annoyed in high school because I felt like my time was being wasted instead of like me being able to learn things. Not, for nothing, like, I spent a lot of time in my calculus class just doing private study and, learning way more than any of my other classes, so it's not unfounded.
Oh, you took calculus?
Yeah.
This guy.
Well, I took calculus in my junior year, and I was taking BC calculus in senior year, but they had like they had like merged the classes into like a double period. So for the whole first half of the year, Everyone else was learning AB calculus, and I was like getting a head start on BC by myself, like sitting in the hallway doing math.
Let me walk you through my senior year of high school. Creative writing.
The hard class was where I had to fucking take French with freshmen because they wouldn't, because of scheduling reasons, I couldn't take AP Spanish that year. There was no other, and I still needed a language credit.
Yeah. Oh, that's wild.
That was the class I was miserable in, and I was like, I cannot care about this. I do not have the willpower.
Look, I don't want to outdo you on the learning things scale, but my senior year was 2 study halls, creative writing, woodworking 1, art, physical education, and then I guess consumer math, and like biology 2 or something. Yeah, that's 8 periods. Yeah, that'd do it.
The closest was I had double period physics, and we would finish, and then the teacher would just we'd just play games on the computer.
Hell yeah. I lazed it up.
Yeah.
High school was a good time.
Well, that was the thing for me. Like, the harder classes were the easier classes with less busy workload. It was the bullshit classes that would, like, load you up with horse shit to do.
Yeah.
Like, we had fucking to write essays and take tests for fucking gym class.
We did have
School's
to
weird.
We did have to take some tests at some point. And I forget, they were bullshit tests because they weren't even on like the body or anything. Like, it was like
my
tests
gym
on, like,
my gym class
sports.
tests, like, literally the problem was figuring out what the question was asking because the grammar was fucked. Like, actually bad.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, our high school FIAD tests were like about sports and shit. Like we'd go through all this different stuff, and it was like asking about like basic rules and whatever. And I'm like, this is a fucking waste of time. I took a weightlifting class in university because I was already working out at the time anyway. And that had actually good tests because we were learning about like the muscle groups and all that other stuff. And it was like, this person wants to like focus on this, like consider the muscles that they should hit and like what to do. And it was like, this is relevant to my current lifestyle, and also like is just learning a tad of anatomy. Like, this is cool. As opposed to like, how many bases are there in baseball?
There are 4. It's 4.
4. Wow. Fucking smiley face sticker. Where does it? Between which 2 bases does a shortstop hang out?
Depends if they're doing the switch or not. They can hang out anywhere.
Yeah.
That's an outdated. That was the question no longer applied. Is the batter right-handed or left-handed? Where do they like to hit the ball? That's where the shortstop hangs out.
The only last thing.
Sure.
I got a relevant thing from gym class though. To the world at large right now. I've been seeing a lot of articles about pickleball. And all these articles about like, what is pickleball? Am I like pickleball? I'd never fucking heard the term before, except in high school gym class because our teacher was super into it. So like everybody in my small town would like play pickleball because like it's fucking pickleball. Like, let's do it. And it sounded funny. And then I didn't hear it for like 15 years or whatever. And now I'm seeing articles about like how pickleball is sweeping the nation. So I get to be a fucking filthy hipster about it, even though I don't give a shit about the sport.
Great.
Yeah. I'm not actually a dick about it because I don't talk to people. So.
Okay.
Yeah. High school. Not as lively as Kamen Rider Fourze high school. Probably for the better.
For me, it involved more Magic the Gathering and less fighting monsters. Like real monsters.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, you're still kind of like... I mean, I was fighting monsters. Pocket monsters. That's not a euphemism. It's Pokemon.
Is using... using Glacial Chasm to beat my friend even when he had an infinite turn combo.
Yeah, I
He
remember
couldn't
you
deal me any
you
damage.
posting that.
So
Yeah.
that was so funny to me that I managed to do that.
Hell yeah, dude. Don't burn the fucking Magic content.
Okay. That's podcasts.
Yeah, we hit an hour.
Salt Circle Podcast, gmail.com, Salt Circle Pod on Twitter, anchor.fm/Salt Circle. I'm on Twitter at Comic Panels.
Hell
There are
yeah.
links in the description.
Nice.
Peace.
Oh, wait. No peace.
Nope.
Well, I mean, yeah, peace. But I just, it's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Uh-huh. Sure.
I'd like to throw out a thank you and a shout out for our theme song, which was not made specifically for us, but was taken from a song by a friend of mine who goes by Flipster online, and his Bandcamp is Topian. Maybe we can toss a link in this episode to that, because it's been like probably 300 episodes since we mentioned it. But,
Sure.
he does good music. He does some cool stuff.
Yeah. Send me the link on Discord and I will put it in the default description from now on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that also works.
Should have been doing that the whole time. Oh well.
Now, peace.
Peace.